God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need. We're the middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives. We've all been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't. We're slowly learning that fact.
That line from Fight Club hits like a punch to the gut because it's true. The odds are stacked against most people ever achieving the kind of success we see in movies or scroll past on social feeds. We love to marvel at the top 1%, the billionaire entrepreneurs, the star athletes, household names. But the truth is, most of us won't reach that level. A recent article in Psychology Today found that 92% of people will never achieve the goals they set. Only 8% actually turn their dreams into reality. Most people will never be successful. Yes, including you who's listening right now. According to surveys, only a few adults say they feel very successful in life, meaning those who judge themselves as truly living up to their ambitions are rare. One thing is guaranteed: if you do what most people do, you'll get what most people get. Not much. And it's not that people don't dream big, it's that the journey is messier and uniquely harder than we're led to believe. Today, we'll strip away the noise, confront the inner doubts, outer obstacles, and cultural myths that keep most people stuck, and why, even if we say we want more, we sabotage it. So, if you're ready to get a little uncomfortable, and maybe a little wiser, let's talk about the real reasons most people never make it. Welcome to This Might Be Why, where we unpack the strange, the overlooked, and the uncomfortably true parts of modern life. Let's get into it. Everyone says they want to be successful, but ask what that actually means and you'll usually get a blank stare, freedom, or a quote half remembered from the internet. We throw the word success around constantly, but very few people ever sit with it long enough to define it for themselves. Is it peace of mind? Purpose? Love? Growth? Most never get past the slogan. Even those answers like freedom are often too abstract to guide real action. What kind of freedom? From what? To do what? What does this actually look like on a Tuesday afternoon? If you don't drill deeper, you'll end up chasing blurry goals and wonder why you feel lost halfway through. And when someone does try to define it, most of their energy gets eaten up by distraction. They spend hours crafting the perfect plan, learning random things nonstop just in case they need it, optimizing productivity apps without ever executing. It's motion without progress. And when failure happens, they assume growth is automatic. But research shows that failure only teaches you when you pause, reflect, and analyze what went wrong. Otherwise, you're just collecting bruises. You probably grew up being told you can be anything you want.
You could do so you want him to do you so much you could do anything.
It's comforting, encouraging at best, but mostly a lie. Success isn't just about hard work or talent. It's about timing, access, and systems. It can also be about whether your zip code had decent schools, whether your parents had connections, whether your brain was wired for survival instead of ambition, whether you had a room to yourself to study, or if you were babysitting your siblings after school, whether you had to spend your 20s surviving while others were optimizing. And I can go on and on. These things don't make the cut on 10 habits of successful people, but they shape everything. And the more you pretend they don't, the easier it becomes to internalize failure and assume it's your fault when you fall behind. The system, if we're being honest, isn't built for everyone to win. It's built like a pyramid, wide base and narrow top. Only a few get the spotlight. Most are just told to grind harder. This is where the self-help industry steps in with its billion-dollar band-aids. Manifest it, wake up at 5 a.m., grind until you shine. If vision boards and cold showers were enough, everyone will be thriving by now. I have nothing against these things. In fact, they can be helpful. But most people either buy the message without doing much about it, or do it wrong that they fall deeper into despair. I know that feeling all too well because I've experienced it. Some people like to manifest to win the lottery without actually buying a ticket. Real success, whatever that looks like to you, isn't created in vacuum. It's shaped by both internal drive and external conditions. Surveys show that around 83% of people go through life without a clear goal. Not even a bad one, just none at all. And if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. Without a goal, there's no reason to challenge your ignorance, no motivation to humble your ego, and no compass to guide your learning. Even when people do set goals, most abandon them the moment things gets hard. Studies show nearly 88% of New Year's resolutions fail, many within the first few weeks. Because wanting success is easy, dreaming is free, but discipline, especially when motivation runs out, that's where most fall off. And it's not just a willpower problem, but a systems problem. Without a structure to support the goals, like routines, habits, environment, accountability, it's almost impossible to keep going when life gets messy. A goal without a system is just a wish waiting to be forgotten. The people who follow through don't rely on hype. They build scaffolding. Success isn't about how badly you want it, but it's about how well you prepare to sustain it. Now, layer in your environment, your peers, mentors, even the culture you consume. It matters more than most people realize. You probably heard the saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If those 5 are stuck, coasting, or constantly complaining, you'll start absorbing that energy. Not because something's wrong with you, but because that's how humans adapt.
Oh shit.
Look, old man, don't make me beat you in front of your son.
I won't do that.
Holy shit!
That's what fucking happens, man.
Oh, you had to take. Oh, man.
You should probably stay down.
Let's go. Hey, man. Oh, my dad's a dick, too.
Hey, I'm sorry I broke your apartment. The fuck is this?
Just listen to your heart.
Yeah. Hey, man. Okay. Nice apology, Randy.
That was heartfelt, Andy.
We mirror the room we're in. And maybe you're thinking, well, I don't even have 5 close people in my life right now. That's valid. But those 5 can also be internal voices. Your doubts, the stories you repeat to yourself, the content you consume, the thoughts you rehearse. Even imaginary conversations shape who you become.
I'm one of Riley's new emotions, and we are just super jazzed to be here. Where can I put my stuff?
What do you mean, we?
I wish I was as tall as all of you.
Who the heck are you?
I'm Envy. Look at your hair.
Oh, yeah, not happening.
Okay, who's this guy?
What's your name, big fella? That's embarrassment. He's not really big on eye contact or, talking, but he's a really sweet guy.
Well, welcome to headquarters, embarrassment.
Oh, we're doing a fit? No. Oh, nope, going high. Oh, you got a real sweaty palm there, buddy.
What emotion was that?
That's ennui. On what?
Ennui. It's what you would call the boredom.
Well, come on up here. Onward. Am I saying right? Onward. No. Oh, nicknames. I'm gonna call you Wee Wee.
Then there's the rig part no one wants to talk about, where 1% of people own nearly half of the world's wealth, where job offers are passed around like party favors at family reunions, where generational wealth, legacy admissions, and nepotism quietly move people forward.
I think all we ever talk about is money. We should be having fun.
Money is fun.
All I'm saying is, I'm wondering if you guys can come over this weekend, hang out.
Hang out?
Yeah, like normal kids.
No, you're really acting weird, Richie. Anyway, no can do. I promised my dad I'd go to Tokyo with him for a hostile takeover.
Ellsworth?
Oh, sorry, just these meeting.
Ow! Watch your rear, Ellsworth. First rule of defense. This is a cappuccino. I asked for a decaf cafe latte, you incompetent imbecile. If you can't do the job, you...
First rule of defense, Reg. Always watch your rear.
While the rest are emailing resumes into the void. Still, you're told to keep pushing. Even if you play the game right, get the degree, follow the rules, you might still end up drowning in student loans, underpaid, and burnt out. Because the system doesn't reward effort, it rewards leverage. And most people were never given any nor taught how to create it. You will never rise above the story you believe about yourself. That story, quiet, inherited, often unconscious, becomes your operating system. If your inner script says, I always quit, I'm not disciplined, or I'm not built for success, every opportunity bends to match that belief. Habit slips, systems collapse, and motivation fades because your identity has already chosen the outcome. Comfort makes the trap deeper. You whisper to yourself, I'll start when things get better, or tomorrow will be different. Those excuses soothe you in the moment, but they also protect a version of you you're afraid to outgrow. Growth feels like betrayal.
So what do you really want to do?
I want to be a shepherd.
Really?
I want to move up to Nashua, get a nice little spread, get some sheep, and tend to them.
Maybe you should go do that.
What?
You know, if you're gonna jerk off, why don't you just do it at home with a moist towel?
You chucking me?
Yeah, get the fuck
Hey,
out.
no, time's not up yet.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
not leaving, no.
Listen, you're not gonna answer my questions. You're wasting my fucking time.
What? I thought we were friends. What do you mean you...
Playtime's over, okay?
Well, why are you kicking me out, Sean? You're lecturing me on life? Look at you fucking burnout. What winds your clock?
Working with you.
Where's your soulmate? You want to talk about soulmates? Where is she?
Dead.
That's right, she's fucking dead. She fucking dies, and you just cash in your chips and you walk away?
Hey, at least I played a hand.
Oh, and you played a hand and you lost. You lost a big fucking hand, and some people lose a big hand like that and have the sack to ante up again.
Look at me. What do you want to do? You and your bullshit. You got a bullshit answer for everybody. But I ask you a very simple question, and you can't give me a straight answer. Because you don't know. See you, Bo Peep. Fuck you. You're the shepherd.
The betrayal of the self, your family, your friends, and even you have come to recognize. At the same time, the outside world is engineered to keep you distracted. Real work feels like withdrawal in a culture built on instant gratification. Every ping and scroll hijacks your attention, and each harmless check drains over 23 minutes of your focus. Globally, people spend close to 5 hours a day on their phones, checking them nearly 60 times. Your attention isn't just tired, it's monetized. And distraction is never only about tech, it's emotional. Procrastination often works like a shield, a coping mechanism to avoid boredom, stress, or vulnerability. That's why you open 12 tabs and finish none, why you chase hacks instead of doing the work, why you call it research when you're really stalling. It feels safer to tweak a dashboard or watch cat videos than to face rejection or a blank page. The loop persists because you tell yourself it's collective. Everyone's tired, everyone's scrolling, and everyone's building something, right? Yet, very few are building something that lasts. Comfort has become the currency of our time, and distraction is the most profitable business model on earth. Ignorance sounds harmless, just not knowing, but in the context of success, it quietly kills momentum. You keep chasing goals with the wrong tools, the wrong mindset, or worse, the wrong map entirely. Some ignorance is circumstantial. Maybe you never had a mentor or access to the right education. That can be fixed. The more dangerous kind is deliberate, choosing not to know, because awareness would demand change. Research show that more than 40% of people actively avoid information that could make them feel guilty or uncomfortable. Think of skipping feedback because it stings, or ignoring the truth about your habits because it means starting over. Ignorance feels safe, but it locks you in place. Then comes arrogance, the illusion that you already know enough. Unlike ignorance, arrogance pretends to be confidence. It convinces you that no feedback is necessary, no adjustment required.
Come on. I know you. You know you. And I know you know that I know you.
It's why leaders dismiss input and steer teams into disaster, or why someone watches a single video and suddenly crowns himself as an expert. Psychologists call this the Dunning-Kruger effect. The less someone knows, the more they tend to overestimate themselves. In practice, it's a modern epidemic.
Then the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
If you believe the world is always to blame, you'll never see what's in your control. It's easy to point to the economy, your job, your upbringing, or the system as the reason you're stuck. And to be fair, those things do matter. But if your default setting is defeat, you stop scanning the room for doors. Blame might protect your ego, but it steals your agency. This cycle, where learned helplessness, identity trap, ignorance, and pride feed off each other, becomes the quiet backdrop where potential fades. But what if this whole setup is rewritable? Number 1, define success on your terms. If you don't define success for yourself, you'll end up performing for someone else's scoreboard. Your version of enough has to be rooted in your values, not the internet's trending aesthetics. Name what matters and build a life that actually aligns. Then, take responsibility for moving towards it, even if the system is unfair and the road is steep. Owning your path is scary, but it's also freeing. Because if it's yours, you get to choose. For example, instead of saying, I want to be successful, say, I want to earn $5,000 a month online so I can quit my job by next year and be able to live close to my family. Number 2, wanting success isn't the same as being ready for it. As James Clear said,
we do not rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems. And so if you can restructure the system or the environment you find yourself in, whether that means changing your physical environment, so we can talk some about that, like the things on your desk at work or your kitchen counter at home, changing your social environment, the people that you're surrounded by and the habits that are normal in your particular tribe, whatever that group happens to be, changing your approach and the habits you're asking yourself to build so you can keep your lofty ambitions and goals, but breaking them down into something that's easy to do. And finally, selecting a strategy that fits well with your particular makeup, with your personality, your genes, your circumstances, so that you essentially match your environment to your natural strengths. And all of those are examples of a way to build a better system, of a way to create a system that promotes good habits effortlessly and sort of lets you achieve your goals as a natural consequence of being in a good system, rather than saying, it's all about the goal, let me focus on this milestone and work hard toward that.
Success isn't just a vibe you manifest. It's a capacity you grow into. Number 3, start building. Everyone talks about thinking big, but most people just get overwhelmed and scroll away. Forget the 10-year plan for now. Pick the next 10 steps. For example, write 1 blog post, sell 1 product, or record 1 short video. Each finished thing compounds into clarity and momentum. Number 4, get good at discomfort. Growth feels bad before it feels right. It means fewer dopamine hits, more awkward starts, and showing up when no one's clapping. But discomfort is a great teacher. Every time you choose it on purpose, it becomes harder to stop. For example, instead of waiting until I'm confident to post, hit publish and learn in public. Stay humble and stay learning. The moment you think you've figured it out is the moment your growth stalls. Confidence is great, but arrogance is a ceiling. Keep asking and keep tweaking. Curiosity is the new leverage.
Honey, you in the wrong story.
That was a close one. Lad. Hold on there, missus. The lad's with me.
You know that short story?
Yeah, he's adventure.
Honey, that's what they all say.
I heard that. I'll have you know, I'm a classic.
Mm-hmm. A classic misprint.
Number 6. Curate your environment, then recite a better script. You can't outgrow the story you keep repeating, or the people who keep echoing it back to you. Surround yourself with builders, thinkers, and doers, even if it's through books and podcasts. For example, instead of "I always quit," create evidence that you don't. Finish one course, one project, or one run. Tell yourself, "I finish what I start." Repeat it until it sticks.
You should, Shen. You gotta let go of that stuff from the past, because it just doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you choose to be now.
Number 7. Assume your best life. Manifesting isn't about wishing and waiting. It's aligning your inner story with the actions you take. When you imagine the version of yourself who already lives the life you want and practice feeling what it's like to be that person, you rewire your brain to recognize it as possible. Pair that vision with small, consistent steps. Write the page, make the call, choose the habit, and your future self stops being a fantasy and starts becoming your reality. You don't need to figure it all out today. Just choose a direction and take the next step. Most people won't. Most people don't. That's why success is rare. 92% will ignore this. 8% will take action. Which side do you want to be on? Thanks for watching. I'm your host, Tay. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, subscribe for more, and drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next one.